Hello, look at me. I'm kind of on time. Woohoo! Hello everybody and welcome to Wild Ginger Running YouTube channel. Tonight I am going to be talking gear. So I have been testing the Shokz Openrun Pro bone conducting headphones. So we'll be finding out how they compare to the previous incarnation. This is the Aeropex. So yeah, that is coming up. I am going to be talking to you about a shoe that I have got very muddy, the Inov-8 X-Talon Ultra 260. We've also got the Brooks Cascadia 16 as well to look at. Then we have got, oh my goodness, I forgot to prepare these. We have got the Harrier Curbar 5-litre running packs. So this is the new one, this is the old one. So I will be showing you how both of these compare in just a moment. And then I've got tons of sports nutrition. Everybody keeps sending me sports nutrition. So we've got fuel from Precision Fuel. We've got Maurten as well, you can see we've been testing these. Torq as well, flapjacks and gels, and amazing chocolate from 8 Noir Ultra. Let me just see if I can just dive in and get one of these little cute little chocolate bars just here as well. Yeah, I have got a 20% off discount for 8 Noir Ultra. So if you do like dark chocolate, or if you're looking for something for Mother's Day because you haven't been organised, then do check out my special link for 20% off with my special code and link in the film description below. If you're listening to this tomorrow on the podcast version, it will be in the show notes as well. I'll turn this into a podcast tomorrow morning. Okay, so the podcasts are available on all the usual streaming services. Okay, so welcome to everybody watching right now. If you're watching, then just give me a shout out, give me a hello, and I'll read out some hellos. If you've got any questions about trail running, then just type them into the comments and I'll do my best to get to them as we go through. But I am just going to be basically talking about all the gear that I've been testing and giving my review of them tonight. But just quickly before we start on all those bits of gear that I just showed you there, really pleased to tell you that for the next few Wednesdays we've got some really super exciting live chat guests. So we've got next Wednesday at 7 o'clock we've got Carla Molinaro, the jog record holder, and then I'm not sure if she's going to do a live or if we're just going to chat, but I'm definitely talking to Jasmine Paris, fresh from the Barkley Marathons. So super excited about Jasmine Paris from the Barkley Marathons coming on the channel. Then following that we've got coach Andy Pye, who runs Midlands Trail Running. So he's going to be telling us how to train for trail races and ultras in relatively flat surroundings, not in the mountains. Then we've got co-founder of Black Trail Runners, Sonny Pert. He's going to come on the channel at some point soon too. And in May we've got Scottish Trail Routes book author Ross Brannigan coming on. And also a women's race fairness campaigner Sophie Power is going to come on as well. She's working on something that's going to go live very soon. So yeah, hopefully you'll all be really interested in that and supporting that and getting the word out to everybody. So that will be really exciting as well. So I obviously, based on Patreon feedback lately, I do need some more normal people to interview, so please send in any suggestions that you've got. Or patrons, do you fancy being interviewed on the live chat, or do you want to post your story in the Wild Ginger Running exclusive Facebook group? Let me know, because it would be really cool to tell more of your stories. Then just before we start the gear, I just fill you in on a couple of races that I'm going to be doing. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be starting doing races again. So race wise, I'm going to film the Manx Mountain Marathon on the Isle of Man next month. I'm really excited about that. I'm not actually going to run it, it's 50k, and there's no way I can run 50k right now, so I'm going to be filming that with the help of somebody running around with a camera for me, so I'm really excited about that. I haven't filmed any races for ages. Then it's my trail race, the Neem Valley 10 and 20 mile trail races on Saturday the 11th of June, so sign up via the link below now. And fingers crossed, I haven't actually spoke to Steve about this yet, but I really want to go to the UTMB. I've got some really cool ideas for that, if Steve will agree to being a single parent for a few days. So yes, I'll keep you posted on that. Right, I'm going to read out a few hellos because quite a few people have joined us now, and then I'm going to get onto these gear reviews because I'm sure that's what you're all here for. Right, let's see who's here tonight. We've got Peter Krauhaufer, hello to you. We've got John Gardner, who says Jasmine would be a spectacular guest. Yes, I know. She's so kind in offering to come on the channel. Really, really excited for her. John Rem says hi from the Netherlands. Thank you very much, John. That's a super compliment. Great channel with super information. Very, very nice of you. And Hannah's here as well. Oh, she's got the Brooks Cascadia. She wasn't keen at first, but breaking them in. Ah, okay, interesting. Type up more about what you think about those, Hannah, because it would be really interesting to include your review in mine. She's saying she still prefers the Scott Kinnabaloo Ultra. And she's going to wear them for the Spine Challenger in June. Oh, Hannah, we should interview you on the channel. You're ideal. Oh, maybe we should interview you about your training for the Challenger, and then after you've done the Spine Challenger in June. What do you think? Let me know. Hit me up in the Patreon Facebook group or message me on here if you're still around. So we've got Andrea Falufkin. What a great name. She says hi. Lovely to see you on here on the channel, Andrea. And Maeve is here as well. Oh, hey Maeve, hope you're doing well. Right, okay, well, if you've got anything to say or shout out or any questions, then just do it in the live chat. And now I'm going to get on showing you the gear. So the gear, right, I haven't done it just yet, but I'm going to link to all this gear in the film description below using affiliate links. So if you want to buy any of it, then if you can use those links, that would be ace, because it gives me a very, very tiny kickback at no cost to you. So thank you very much if you do this. No obligation required. Yeah, if you fancy helping me out, then that's a quick and easy free way of doing it. Right, okay, the Shokz Openrun Pro bone conducting headphones. Right, here we are. So I have been sent this latest version of the Shokz headphones. So they used to be called Aftershokz, as you can see on my last pair. They used to be called Aftershokz, now they're just called Shokz. Aftershokz, Shokz. They changed the name in January, so don't be confused. And I am a big fan of the ones that I had before. They were £130 retail. They're called the Aeropex, and you can see my review in, I've put a link to my review in the film description below. I'll try and remember to link to it up here as well when I go through this film afterwards and add all the timestamp things. So, this is now available for around like £100 from various retailers, because the Shokz no longer make the Aeropexes. They make what they call the Open Run, not the Open Run Pro, and they do a faster charging time on it, so you can't actually get these from Shokz anymore, but lots of retailers still have them. It's a faster charging version called the Open Run, and it's £130 RRP. So, how do the new Open Run Pros compare to my old Aeropexes? Well, let me tell you, first of all, battery life. Battery life is longer by 2 hours on the new ones, so it goes from 8 hours to 10 hours. Strangely, they're 3 grams heavier, so they're 29 grams rather than 26 grams. Don't notice it at all. One slight downside, these are not as waterproof, so they're only IP55, which is sweat-proof and water-resistant, rather than IP67, which is dust-proof and waterproof for 1 metre submersion for 30 minutes. So say if you wanted to just like jump in the water after your run, you don't have to take your headphones off if you were wearing the old version. So that's just something to bear in mind if you are prone to such activities. They're just as easy to pair. There's 2 EQ levels to choose from on each of them still. There's the same charging cable. Yay! Who wants a different charging cable for a next generation incarnation? No one does. So it's this with the normal USB connector, and it sort of magnetizes on like so. Ta-da! And it magnetizes itself on. That's really useful because you know that it's definitely on, it's definitely going to charge. You don't have to work out whether it's charging or not, and there's a little light that comes on to show you. So there's this one, just talking about the charging. It's a quicker charge time, so you've got a charge of 5 minutes will give you an hour and a half of use, whereas it would take 15 minutes for only an hour of playback from the Aeropex. The new version of these, the Openrun Not Pro, that's 10 minutes for 1.5 hours of playback. So this charges quicker, only 5 minutes for 1.5 hours of use. So that is a plus point, especially if you're like me and you just forget to put things on charge. What was the other thing I was going to say? Bone conducting, if you've never worn a pair of headphones like this before, they're much better than the ones that go in your ear, because you wear them like this, and they go over your ears and they put the sound like just in here. Oh, it's back to front on here, I never know which way around it is. It puts the sound just in here, so you still got your whole ear lug hole open to hear like various people coming up behind you. I remember once when I was testing the Jaybird Vista earbuds, they just go straight into your ears, and not only did they keep falling out whenever I was running on really rugged terrain and thumping down, but they also, I just couldn't hear people, and like a couple of times some friends frightened the life out of me because they just came up behind me and they were like, "Hi Claire," and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, like just jumped out of my skin, thought someone was attacking me, like ready for the punch. But no, with these you can hear everything at the same time. So the main thing, apart from all that, is how does the sound quality compare? And I thought, yeah, this is fine sound quality. The music isn't the best, like compared to one of those in-ear headphones. Then I wore these, and the music quality is gone up. It's gone like this. These headphones have great bass. The sound is really good quality. It surpasses this so much so that I don't want to wear these anymore. Sorry, old Aeropexes, you are going to be obsolete. So if you've got 160 quid, yes, go for these. But if you're not too bothered about sound quality, if you mainly want to be listening to maybe podcasts or taking phone calls, like stuff that you don't really require really good music on, then 100 quid on a pair of these is going to suit you just fine. So that is my review of the new Shokz Openrun Pro. I hope that was useful. Cool. Right, if you've got any questions about those headphones, then just hit me up in the live chat, or just type it into the comments below, and I can answer them at a later date. Right, next up we've got the Inov-8 X-Talon Ultra 260. Bit of a mouthful, but they're really, really muddy. You know, I made that Nick Wax film just recently. I don't know if you saw it. Maybe I should link to it here and I'll put it in the show notes after. I made a Nick Wax film about how to clean your shoes, and I actually cleaned these, and I don't know why I bothered, because I took them out and then they became like this again. So these are now going to get mud all over my keyboard as I show you these, but I have really enjoyed wearing these. So basically they are a very grippy, they're not as grippy as something like the Mud Claws, you know, like they're like football boot type studs. This is like your next one down. So they're called the Cross Talon because they're like useful for cross country and things that, you know, require quite a few different terrains. So you can see the lugs there. They're really good studs, but you can also wear these on more mixed terrain than something like the really aggressive Mudclaw. So they're a super grippy shoe, they've got a wide fit, and they've got enough cushioning to be comfortable on harder surfaces like the odd road or like a rocky section without feeling like the studs are coming through into your feet. It's an 8mm drop from heel to toe, so that just means like the height differential between this part here and this part here. So those of you who are used to running in like more road shoes with like a high stack on the heel, like 10-12 millimeters, you shouldn't find it too hard to sort of transition down to these, or to just wear them on the odd occasion that you do a trail race or a trail run. One of the great features about this is the new slimline tongue just here. So it's really, really well fitting. You can get a really snug fit around the foot with this nice slimline tongue. Can you see there? It's not too chunky. It's really, really, really nice. My foot feels super comfy in these. The laces also I'm really, really pleased with, because Inov-8 did go through a stage where they started like playing with different laces, and they did have quite a round lace at one point that would undo itself, and they did have a very skinny lace at one point, which I found kind of like cheese grated your feet, like cheese wired your cheesy feet in the shoe. You know, like if you didn't get the fit quite right, it kind of pulled. So I'm really pleased that they've gone back to this more traditional style of laces. It does not come undone. It's sort of roundy, kind of oval with a sort of a seam along it. It's flat but round at the same time. It's hard to describe, but it works, so we don't need to describe it too much. Graphene grip on the sole. So this is Inov-8's special super hard wearing durable rubber with carbon in it. Carbon? I think I may just have embarrassed myself there. I mean graphene in it. Just shows how much I know about it. I think it's like a tiny layer of something or other. Anyway, I should have really researched that before I did this review. Sorry, sorry Lee if you're watching this, but basically it means it's very durable, and I'm going to be wearing these for ages. So if you want to type in the comments below in about a year's time and ask me how durable they were, then I will reply to you. But basically I really like this shoe. I think that it just froze there, so I'm going to start that again. I really like this shoe. It's perfect for long distances in like mostly sloppy soft stuff underfoot, but it also feels comfy enough for sections of road and rocky stuff as well. So I think this is a great combination from Inov-8 here. So hit me up in the comments if you've got a pair of these, or if you've had an experience with Inov-8 shoes and you want to share. Share, people, share. Spread the love. So the next pair of shoes that I want to talk to you about is the Brooks Cascadia 16. So I was just randomly sent this pair of shoes. I didn't email anyone or ask for them. Nobody sent me a press release about them. And they're really nice. I very much appreciate the fact somebody just sent me this shoe randomly. One really nice thing about this pair of shoes is that you get a free packet of seeds with them. So it's called Seed the Trails. And I've still got them. I need to plant them. Seed the Trails. So yeah, it's basically you have to put the shoes on, step out of the door and into nature, and immediately give back immediately and seed the trails, and then throw the bag in the garbage, not in the nature. Run happy. There you go. Who knew? So that's a nice little touch, isn't it? It's a nice little touch. And then presumably you can run past your patch of wildflowers every time and see how they're growing. So anyway, about the shoes themselves, let me know if you've got any questions about this shoe. I found them nice and cushioned, light and grippy for mixed terrain. Also found them comfy straight from the box, and it's got a roomy toe box as well. I'm just going to check what size this is. Okay, so this is a size 6.5. The Inov-8s were also a size 6.5. I found after the Cape Wrath Ultra that it's better to go for a slightly on the larger size shoe, because if you do any kind of distance your feet will swell. So that's why I've gone from a 6 to a 6.5 these days. So I find this shoe like it's kind of a little on the large side with the sizing. So it means it's nice and roomy, so you could wear thicker socks with this pair, or you could or you've just got a really nice wide toe box if you've got wide fitting feet. So I found that a plus point, but if you've got narrow feet you might not find that so good. It's also like the Inov-8 shoe, it's an 8mm drop from the heel to the toe. So also good for people who are used to running more roadie type shoes with a bigger stack. Interestingly, I read some of the reviews on the Brooks website about this shoe, and somebody said it was too narrow, and then loads of other people were saying it was too wide. But for me, I just think it's kind of normal wideness for a trail shoe. I wouldn't have said it's not like ultra overly wide or anything. It's just, I think it's a good wideness for a trail shoe. yeah, and the cushioning to me is kind of spongy. It's not like a hard bounce back sponge. You sort of melt into these shoes like a slipper is how I can best describe it. The colours are really cool, so much so that I haven't actually worn this one in really muddy trails because I didn't want to get them dirty, but I will now that I've reviewed them. And the grip isn't as aggressive as the Inov-8 grip. Let me hold them up at the same time. So you can see here that the grips are just a little bit more on the small side. So the Inov-8 ones are a gougier, I would say. Did it just pause then, or was it just me? My thing just froze on the screen, so let me know if there's any problems with the transmission of the broadcast. But yeah, that is the two different types of grip there. I also brought my scales up so that I could just weigh them. I know that they're kind of caked in mud, but it will just give you a little bit of an idea of the weight of the shoes. So I've just brought my scales here. So the Brooks in size 6.5, the single shoe is coming up at 277 grams, and the Inov-8 is coming up at 278. So take the mud off, definitely 275 or something like that, or maybe even 260, which was what it is called, and that's why it's called the 260. But who knows what size they measured that on. It's usually like a 6 or something. Or a men's, usually it's a men's 8 actually. I'm not sure what they've measured that on. Yeah, so two really good trail shoes for completely different types of trails. I like to have 3 pairs of trail shoes on the go. Well, 3 pairs of running shoes. 1 road running shoe. So 1 road running shoe, then 1 sort of traily type shoe with a bit more grip for like mixed terrain, and then 1 super grippy shoe for like mountain running, fell running, stuff where it's going to be really muddy and sloppy, the fields around Stamford. Yeah, so that's how I like to roll. Obviously if you don't have the cash to splash on 3 pairs of shoes, you could just get a shoe like this and a shoe like this, or if you just want to have 1 pair of shoes, go for something like this. That's my advice. Okay, just really depends where you're going to run though. So, let's just see if there's a few comments about these shoes, because the next thing I'm going to review is the comparison of the Harrier backpacks. So, just want to check if there's any burning questions about the shoes. Let's have a look. Okay, we've got Sharon says she signed up for the Nene Valley Trail Race. Oh, she can't make it because of her pregnancy. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Sharon. I'm sure we can defer your place for the following year. Yes, I totally understand how you feel. But congratulations. Rugby League says, loving the live stream, nice idea and great energy. Cool. They agree on the laces too, that's great. They're graphene. They aren't graphene. These aren't graphene. Oh, I thought they were graphene. Oh, let's have a look at the box. Sorry if I've misled everybody. Oh yeah, they'd have a G on, wouldn't they, if they were graphene? Oh my god, I better cut that out. I'm just gonna, after the live, I'm gonna just chop that out of the broadcast, so that no one knows how ridiculously idiotic I am. Okay, yeah, no, there's no G on them. I thought they were graphene though. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that and get back to you on that, because I don't know. They usually have a G on. Anyway, Rugby League, I believe you. Thousands wouldn't. Okay, so they aren't graphene. Okay. Right, John Gardner likes the Brooks brand and quality people. Yeah, Scott Jurek is sponsored by Brooks, and I interviewed him at the National Running Show recently. He is a super top guy, so if he likes them, then they must be good. He's pretty ethical as well, so he's probably behind that whole seeds thing. Yeah, and John says after many years in road running, Brooks is looking at trails now too. So yeah, I suppose that's like with Scott Jurek and stuff. The American trails seem to be a little bit different from the British trails, don't they? Like, I think sometimes there's a lot of gravel tracks and things like, and rocky trails in America, whereas in the UK it's like full on mud. Great, Elena says the transmission's all good at this end. Kev J8 also said he rates Brooks Shoes, John Ram says just a glitch, no problem. Yeah, so every time it freezes, I'll just repeat what I was saying just in case. Kathy M is here, she says hello as well, and Kev JH says the cross talon has a sticky grip. Oh, okay, thank you for filling me in. Sorry about that. I should have really, I just thought that they were. I thought that like every shoe from Inov-8 was now graphene grip, but no, my bad, sorry folks. I have to cut that entire show now. Okay. Right, next bit of gear. So, any questions about running packs, then send them in now so that I can answer them after I've told you about these next 2 packs. So, Harrier is a brand very close to my heart because I worked with the founder to help her come up with a design for the first incarnation of these running packs, which she called the Harrier Curbar 5, and what on earth has happened here? And the Kinder 10 litre running pack. So this is the version that I worked on with Kate, and I should probably put a link here as well to the launch interview that we did with Kate about Harrier, because it's just fantastic what she's done. It's absolutely amazing. Follow them on Instagram and take a look at the shop, because it's amazingly good value running gear for trail and ultra running. So basically they've now just this year brought out a new version of the Curbar 5 litre, so I'm just going to tell you a bit about what's changed. So there's a lot of improvements with this second incarnation of this super good value running pack. It's £54. £54 for a running pack. It doesn't include the bottles, but you might have some bottles from your old pack, or the bottles at Harrier are only like a tenner. So it's a super good value, first of all, and that price hasn't changed with the new pack. So it's lighter, this pack. The back length is a bit longer than the old version. The armholes are bigger, and the stretchy front pockets are stretchier and roomier. Maybe I should just put it on and show you the stretchy front pockets. The zip toggles are also less dangly. So this is the stretchiness of the front pockets. So they've got more material there than they used to have. This is what they used to look like. That's what they used to look like. So there's now more material. It's bigger in there than before. A bit more gloves in there. The zip toggles are less dangly. So this was the previous zip toggle, and that was quite dangly, and it used to sort of whack you. But now, it's not really working to wear it. Let's take it off. Okay, so that was quite dangly. So it basically, for anyone who's listening on the podcast later, it dangled from the zip probably about, let's measure it. The zip was there, and then it dangled a couple of inches down. So that's coming up as 5 centimetres. Whereas this danglement is excellent. It is coming up as, it doesn't dangle on you and whack you and annoy you, so it's coming up as 4 centimetres. So it's only a little bit less, 1.5 inches. So yeah, so it just makes all the difference. Oh, it's funny, it's only that much different, but it really does help. Oh, I've measured it from the zip. Let me just measure it from here. Okay, so that was 8 centimetres, and this one, right, and this one is 4.5 centimetres. So 4.5 centimetres, just dangling like this. I've spent a lot of time talking about dangling. I'm so sorry. And so this one's dangling by 8 centimetres. So that is halved the danglement. So well done, Harrier. Got there in the end. I haven't been sent the actual selling pack, so I can't show you this, but on the new packs that you're going to buy, there's a sort of a silicone-y gripper on the chest strap across here to keep it in place, and there is also a whistle as well, an integrated whistle, because the whistle used to be in one of these pockets. Where is it? I'm sure it was in a pocket. I can feel it, I just can't get to it. Okay, so it used to be dangling about in one of these pockets. I actually took it off. I think it was attached to here, and I took it off because it was dangling about and it was hitting me in the face. So so there was a lot of dangling things on this pack basically. And now this pack she's put the whistle on the clip like here, but I haven't got that pack, so I can't show you, but that's what you can buy now. So the other thing is that there's a phone pocket here, which is a zipped phone pocket, and it's on the left hand side. So you're supposed to put your phone in there. I never put my phone in there because I want to easily access my phone. So I always put my phone in like a pocket here. And then I put my GoPro in here, and then I only take like one bottle with me. So yeah, I always put my phone in here. I never use this because I want to get it out so often. I can't be bothered to undo a zip at the same time. But I'll just show you how the phone goes in here. The phone goes in here like that, and then you zip it up for extra security. So if you're a person that doesn't stop every 5 minutes to take a photo of yourself or the beautiful landscape on the trails, then you can keep your phone in there very happily. So it's a great new pack. I really like it, but there is one downside, which for me is quite a big downside, and I'm really sad about it. I did obviously message Harrier, and we spoke about it, and they gave me the reason behind it. So basically the side pockets on the new pack are a lot smaller, despite the lack of dangliness. They are a lot smaller than the old pack. So if you can see here, the old pack, it runs from the top right to the bottom, whereas on the new pack it doesn't. So it's quite hard to hold these up, isn't it? So right, that's it runs all the way from the top to the bottom there, but it doesn't on this pack. So I'll just demonstrate putting my hand in here. It's really easy to just put your hand in this pocket, like just open it, and you can really easily, I can just really easily get my hand in there and it's fine. This one is, I can't get my hand in there very easily at all. So look at that, it's really hard. You can eventually get your whole hand in, but it's like if you're gonna grab something and pull it out, you can't really grab it and pull it out. So for me, I just would have liked the zips to come all the way to the top and the bottom like that, like this one. But Harrier said the reason for that was because that was an area where it kept having faults. So people kept finding that it wasn't strong enough here and here. So I can see why they've done it. I can completely see why, and that's totally understandable. But I just really hope in the next incarnation they can make those zips a bit wider. Can you see there? There's like probably a whole couple of centimeters bigger in the other one. So obviously if you get a bigger pack, it presumably will have bigger pockets and like bigger zips, just because it will be bigger. But yeah, that was just a little bit of a downside there. Yeah, so it is still a great value pack. I would recommend this to everybody, especially those with small hands. But you can still get the old version on the website as well. So if you do find that like that's really important to you, then I would suggest getting the old one. Okay, so let's see if there's any pack questions before I go on to the nutrition. So I've got 4 different types of nutrition to tell you about today. Right, let's have a look. Darren Bray says, is the Pro 2-in-1 a good fit for an Ultra, for first Ultra? That's the Inov-8 pack, isn't it? The Pro 2-in-1, I've reviewed that here. I'll link to it in the film description below as well. It's good. Yep. It's a sort of a unisex fit, so you're a guy, so you should fit it just fine. Yeah, anything you should know? No, it's pretty comprehensive. The only thing I would say about the 2-in-1 pack is that you get like a 10-litre compartment which hooks on. The one that I tried was a couple of years ago now, and it wasn't the most intuitive of like little clips to hook it on with. I don't know if they've changed that now, so I can't say what it's like just now. But also, you think you're getting 2 packs in one because you're getting this pack for a 10-litre pack to sort of clip onto the outside, but you have to be quite careful in packing that because it has got more potential to bounce around a little bit. So yeah, and then you can't potentially as easily access what's just behind you. So if you can possibly afford it, I'd go for like maybe a 5 litre one and a 10 litre one from Harrier. This is probably the same price. Oh, sorry, Inov-8, just done you out of a sale potentially. But yeah, I'd go for specifically sized packs, just because the outside compartment, it has a zip right the way down the middle, so you can't just like faff around with your arm like that and get stuff out of it. You have to like take it off, undo the zip, and also if you've got like, if it's raining, you have to put a dry bag in. You can't just access that from the top or leave it open and just twist it. You've got to actually turn the bag around, open the zip, get your dry bag out, la da da da. So for me, if you possibly could, I'd get 2, but it is a good choice if you rarely do races which require you to take loads and loads of kit. So hopefully I've given you enough information there. Oh, Darren says he's already got a Salomon Skin 8. Yeah, if you've already got that, I'd try and pack light and get it all in that if it's not a winter ultra, or get a 20 litre actual running pack if that's what you need, you know, 15 litre, something like that. Hope that helps you, Darren. Okay, anybody else got any questions? Oh, Kev JH, he knows more than me. You should be doing your own YouTube channel, Kev. Oh yes, the pole attachments, I forgot to mention that on the Harrier pack. So the pole attachments are different. The rear pole attachments I've got made more strong. So this is great for anybody who is doing super long stuff or wants to use poles for any reason. So the pole attachments in the old pack looked like that. So they were just sort of like loopy, and you just attach the poles into the loop and secure them like that, and they used to bash about a bit. I haven't got the previous incarnation where you could put the poles down there. That they got rid of that quite quickly, because the reasoning behind that was because Harrier thought maybe people doing only with a 5 litre pack probably weren't doing long things, so they probably weren't going to use poles. So that was the thinking behind that. But they must have gone back to thinking people might use poles for short stuff or just be carrying really lightweight stuff, because the new pole attachments are much less bouncy. So as you can see there, there's this strip here, and the poles attach onto that, and so that strip makes them bounce about a lot less than just this sort of free flowing sort of just little band there. So if you can see the difference there. Oh, this is the reason that I don't do gear live, because it's harder to show you things. If you're watching on the podcast, basically the new one's better than the old one. Okay, great. Okay, right, let's go on to the nutrition. So if you've got any questions about nutrition, then do let me know, because I am all ears tonight. I'm not a qualified nutritionist, I'm just going to put that out there right now, but I have been working in the industry for a fair few years, and I know a little bit, but I will just start to show you now what I have been sent lately. So, starting with my favourite. So, you might have noticed a few posts from me on Instagram. Follow me at WildGingerRunning. At WildGingerRunning? Yes, at WildGingerRunning. Twitter is at WildGingerRuns. Not so active on there anymore, just got too much. And Facebook, WildGingerRunning also. So you might have noticed a few posts from me about this amazing chocolate 18-watt Ultra, because since having Finley, my 1-year-old boy, I have become the most terrifying chocoholic. So dark chocolate especially gives me this like really super duper mind and body boost. It just makes me like have like loads of ideas and become like really excited and happy even if I'm really sleep deprived. So unfortunately I only like the good stuff, so I was spending far too much money at Hotel Chocolat. So I asked Carol Armitage, who I met at the National Running Show a few years ago, if I could be an ambassador for 18-watt Ultra. And stupidly, some might say, she said yes. And this is the second bag, 1 kilogram bag of dark chocolate drinking beads that she has sent me. And I've almost finished the first bag. I've made 1 hot chocolate with them. So I will just literally put my hand in the bag and take out the drinking beads and just eat them like chocolate buttons. They are so delicious. Let me show you what they look like. Okay, so it comes in this really nice bag. I'm going to tell you why chocolate's good for you in a minute. But yeah, this is what they look like. There you go. Oh, they're so delicious. I'm going to have to stop myself eating them from now because my lovely sister-in-law is cooking me dinner tonight, so I don't want to spoil it. So yeah, so these are really nice. She also sent me these awesome things to make. You make hot chocolate with them, and they're like little spicy things. So this one's called 18 Ultra Aztec Gold. So it's cloves, ginger, approve of anything ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, star anise, and cayenne pepper. What's not going to be good for you about hot chocolate that's got that in? And then there's this one, ginger, also approve of anything that's got ginger in, nutmeg, cinnamon, black pepper, cloves, and cardamom. Oh my god, I really need to make hot chocolate with these in. I just eat them straight from the bag. And then this one's called Triton's Siren Spice. Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. It's got mahleb in it. Mahleb, M-A-H-L-E-B, L-E-B. L-E-B. If anyone can tell me what that is on the live chat, then I will be all ears. Vanilla, nutmeg, and star anise in it. So that, I'm just gonna see if I can smell that because it sounds amazing. Oh, that is spicy. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually make some hot chocolate with these in now because they sound so amazing. Yes, check out my special link for a 20% discount code from 18 Ultra because I want you all to experience the deliciousness that is this chocolate. It's in the description below or in the show notes if you're listening to this on the podcast. Just in time for Mother's Day, just saying. So Carol keeps sending me more chocolate than I can eat. I am literally in heaven. But the one thing I haven't tried from her yet is these bars, which she has just sent to me. So these are the bars. Usually she sends me these like little chocolate bars that are like basically tiny chocolate bars. It's like you can take them on a run with you. They're really sweet. But I'm going to do a live taste test of these bars. This is called Funky Monkey Bar, Revitalized. This is called Apple Pie Bar. So, watch me. Watch me now. Eating the bars. I'm making you all jealous now, aren't I? And my sister-in-law's cooking me dinner. Oh, look at this. So this has got in it apple pie. Okay, it says when a little restorative balance is needed, who doesn't need that? Our apple pie bar can ease your worries, settle your nerves, and soothe your soul. Oh yes, it's basically begging me to eat it. For optimum restorative results, eat 30 minutes before a session or on its own to help ground and balance you. Can also be enjoyed as a tasty snack. So it's got loads of cool stuff: cocoa, sugar, soya, natural vanilla, dried apple, cinnamon, star anise, ginger, pecans, hazelnuts, minimum basically 80% cocoa. So it's got all the cinnamony good stuff on that side, and then it's got like little breaky off bits as if you might not want to consume the whole bar in one. So I'm going to try that. I shouldn't really be doing this because I've imposed a 4 PM ban on dark chocolate. Because basically I won't sleep now. That's really nice. That's amazing. Okay, so that's the apple pie bar. It's kind of cinnamony, dark chocolatey. It's just yummy. Just take my word for it. And let's try the Funky Monkey. This is a boost after physical or mental work, and it was going to help you restore us with a nutty banana and nut combination. So just pick that up there. Again, it's got sections as if you might not want to eat it all in one go. And there's the bananas and the nuts there. So that's even nicer. It's basically just chocolate with stuff sprinkled on top. Really, really good. Oh my goodness, definitely recommend these. Oh, these are delicious. That's how big they are. Pretty big. 40 grams. And inside it's sort of like an aero-y type thing, like a bit bubbly. Is this one as well? Better not to eat too much of these or I'm not going to eat my dinner. No, that one's more of a solid chocolateness inside there, like that. And that one again is huge. 40 grams. Cool. Okay. So they're really, really yummy. Really recommend these. If you like chocolate, then you've got to get yourself some of this as a present and use my discount code. Use the special link that's in the film description below and then type in my discount code and you will thank me. So great. Right, that was a review live. Oh, I need to tell you why chocolate's good. Bear with me. Okay, so basically, as well as giving you energy for running, dark chocolate also contains these things called phenolic compounds, and they help strengthen your immune system. And it's also got tryptophan in it, which is really good for creating the mood boosting chemicals serotonin. It's also got magnesium in, which helps muscle and nerve health, and then finally potassium, which can help replenish lost electrolytes. So this chocolate definitely makes me run faster. If I have some of this at like just before 4 p.m. and then I go running at 7 p.m. with club, I definitely have this massive energy boost. So yes, chocolate and running definitely goes hand in hand. Remember the discount code and special link in the description below. Darren Bray says, what's it called again? It's called 18 Noir Ultra. 18 Noir Ultra. There you go. It's on Instagram. Follow her on Instagram as well. She talks a lot about mental health. She's gonna, Carol. She's gonna do a trip. She's bought an old horse box and she's converting it into like a cafe for hot chocolates. And she's going to do a trip at some point around the UK. So she could be visiting you anytime soon. I hope that information wasn't embargoed. Let's all swear to keep that a secret because I don't know if I was supposed to tell you that. Another thing that I've got to count out the show. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Let's just see if there's any, if there's anything. Oh, Darren has given me a super sticker. Oh, that's really kind of you, Darren. Thank you. And he's checked the clips on that Inov-8 pack, and there's a notch on the side. You just push down and it slides off. Yes, it's not intuitive, but once you know what to do, it's fine. It's a little bit hard with gloves on. Tony Reeves, hey Tony! Tony filmed the Nîmes Valley Races 10 mile when he did the race last June. Hello Tony, lovely to see you here on the live chat. He says, any chance my nutrition partners might come to the Nîmes Valley Trail Run? That is such a good idea. I will ask every single one of them to send loads of free stuff and hopefully we'll have some at the end. Right, I'll write that down. NVR nutrition partners. Thanks, Tony. Tony is going to be running the 20-mile race this year. Whoop whoop, and he's going to be filming it too. If you want to see Tony's film, then check out the Nîmes Valley Races website in the film description below. I think it's in the gallery section. Just click on all the tabs. His film is one of the ones there, or I think it's on the 20-mile section where you find out more about the race. So definitely check out his. Oh, sorry, he did the 10-mile this year. So check out his film of the 10-mile and check out Guy Greatorex, a former patron. He did a film of the 20-mile event, so that's really good as well. So check out the Nîmes Valley website, link in the description below to sign up to the race. Hope to see you all there. Peter Savage has just started watching. Hello Peter, it's lovely to have you join us on the live chat. Yeah, Darren Bray said he's not sure he'd have it in him to take his time with those bars. I know, they're so good. They are really, really, really good. Have I tried any of the gels or bars that use a sustained sugar like Palatinos? No, I haven't. I've got to be honest with you, I've never heard of Palatinos. I've only tried these three that I'm going to talk about now, which all have just a mixture of maltodextrin or fructose or like, what was the other one that they use? Maltodextrin, fructose, and the other one was glucose. Yeah, so yeah, just all the normal boring sugars, sorry. But yeah, let me know if you try it and what you think of it. Tony says happy days. Happy days, Tony. Right, so the next one is Torq. So I've got a big box. They've sent me a huge box here. Loads of stuff. Move that chocolate. Get that chocolate out of the way. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a hard life. Which was really exciting. So first of all, I'm going to talk to you about the gels. The great thing about Torq gels is that there are so many different flavours. So I'm just going to show you a few of the flavours. Oh, I'm going to have to hurry up. I've nearly been online for an hour. They've got so many different flavours. So they're all in here. We've got coffee express. We've got forest black cherry yogurt. We've got lemon drizzle. Doesn't that sound amazing? We've got orange and banana as well, and apple crumble, cherry bakewell, strawberry yogurt, and rhubarb and custard. That is a firm favourite. So basically, I'm not like the massivest fan of gels. I don't really use them very often, to be honest, because basically I don't really run fast enough to warrant needing a gel. I usually would not be running fast enough because I'm all about enjoying stuff these days. So I basically made my husband test out these gels because he's been doing some super hardcore training for the Keswick Mountain Festival, sportive, so he's been running and cycling. So he's been using these gels for me, so I'm going to tell you what he thought. He loved this one, by the way. This is the rhubarb and custard flavour. So he thought that the Torq gels had quite a strong sickly flavour, which kind of stays with you. Also, they do have they have this really cool leash thing, so when you rip off the top, it doesn't just fall on the ground. So hopefully that will stay there and you don't litter by accident. So it's fast delivery, 2-to-1 maltodextrin and fructose, and it's got electrolytes in it and natural flavours. So that's just a bonus as well. You're getting the electrolytes there as well. Steve said, that's my husband, he said that some of the flavours had funny aftertastes, but some of them were really nice. So I suppose you just have to do a bit of research yourself as to what flavour suits you. But the great thing is there's loads of different ones, so you really could find the one that works for you. The other thing is you don't always know what kind of taste you want, like on day 4 of a multi-day adventure race or whatever. So you could take a few and then you might just fancy one that you'd never fancied before. So that's a really good thing about these gels. They're quite sticky, as they're just normal gels. So once you rip the top off the packet, you do pretty much have to eat it all, because you can't really stick it back in your running pack, because stuff will come out, you get it over your fingers, and then you get it all over your face, etc. So that's just a general downside of gels in general, not just Torq gels. Yeah, so that's just gels. So yeah, I would really recommend these if you like gels, and especially if you like lots of different flavours of gels. The other thing that we both tried was we got ill. Finley brought home norovirus from nursery, so we really enjoyed using these Torq electrolytes. There was watermelon, orange and a lemony flavour as well, and they were just flavoursome enough that we could tolerate them after having the norovirus, so that was really cool. And they came with this bottle, and it's got the measurements on the side so that you know like where to fill to and things. So those are very highly recommended as well. They were really nice tasting, those electrolytes. Then the best thing from Torq were these flapjacks. So I'm just going to show you these flapjacks. Right. This is the new one. It's organic black forest. Absolutely delicious. It's like eating a black forest cake. There's organic carrot cake and organic ginger cake. Fan of anything ginger, as usual. And organic banana cake. Sensing a theme here with the old organic. And there should be a cherry bakewell, or did I eat all of those? Oh, I think I ate all the cherry bakewells. They were the nicest ones. So they're really nice. They've got really good flavours. And the good thing about these flapjacks compared to other flapjacks, that you can, like you can buy a flapjack in a garage, can't you? You can buy a huge flapjack like yogurt, cherry bakewell flavour, chocolate flavour. They've got tons. These have got tons more flavour. They stick together better. So you know, like a generic flapjack would crumble. These ones stick together. I'll just open one for you. So look at that. they stick together, and you could ball them up, you could pre-ball them and stick them in your pack and just take out bites like that. You can just stick it back together as well. There you go. You can't do that with a normal flapjack, can you? So that was great. They are very sweet. If you like sweet things, this is for you. So if you need a huge hit of energy on your trail race or your ultra, then these are really, really nice. Yeah, basically they're just oats. I'm just trying to find some calorific information here. Oh, I'll look on one that's not open. So, calories. This is it's vegan as well, that's handy. Per 100 grams, oh, and how much is a bar? Is it 100 grams? It's 170 grams per 100 grams. 170, no, per 65 grams. Okay, so it's 65 gram bar. Can't read this. It's 263 grams. My number dyslexia is coming out there. 263 grams. 263 calories for a 65 gram bar. This is why I film these not live usually, because I need to get it right. Okay, so it's a lot of calories as well compared to a normal flapjack. So that's a lot of calories packed into a tiny, tiny little pack size. So great if you're on the run and you just need some kind of real tasting food. So congratulations Torq for doing that. They also do this thing to prevent against colds, the Torq Attack, which is basically loads of vitamin C, and also this Torq Defend. So this has got vitamin D in it and zinc to help support the immune system. This Attack one has got vitamin C, glutamine and echinacea, and that helps you fight colds. So this tastes really nice hot at the end of a run. And this replenishes your muscles too, because the second ingredient in it is sucrose, which is basically a combination of glucose and fructose, also known as table sugar. So yeah, one for replenishing you after a run or speeding you up beforehand. So nice stuff available from Torq. Link will be in the film description below. We've got talk here about gel flasks. I think you're going to enjoy the next review that I'm going to tell you. So Darren says he supposes you can use a gel flask. Yes, you can, and I want to tell you about the next one that that we've reviewed. This is Precision Fuel. There's Precision Hydration and Precision Fuel. This is their 90 grams of carb gel, and it's huge. Look at that. But when you've eaten it, it's tiny. Absolutely wafer. So, yeah, you can use all those kind of things to put gels in so that they don't go all over your fingers, but then you've got to do it in the first place, haven't you? So this is an option for if you want a resealable pouch, basically. So the name Precision Fuel PF90 gel is 15 quid a pop. The name makes me think of my P20 sun cream that I use, and the packaging is a little like a high-end hair cleaning product or a hair gel, but it's actually what they call a jumbo gel, and it's 3 servings of their PF30 gel in one. As Steve said, it's neutral tasting and it's really easy to carry. He's been using it on Zwift and running, and he says it's got the texture of crushed up fruit. It's not overly sweet, but it's a nice subtle fruit taste. Not so sickly or overpowering that it stays with you after you've drunk some water. And you could happily just, if you've got like a 3-hour run, you could take a couple of these to cover you for that exercise. And it's very easy to squeeze and suck it out of the bag, and then the bag goes totally flat as well. It would be handy. The only thing we thought about this was you've got to use 2 hands, obviously, to take the top off like that, and then you've got to hold it or put it somewhere. So if you accidentally like drop this, you're kind of screwed. So it would be quite handy if they could kind of design some kind of lanyard from here to here, so that you didn't lose it. That's the only thing that I would say would be useful for runners and cyclists. For cyclists, less useful because you've got to use 2 hands as well to undo it. Maybe there could be more like a bottle where you kind of pull it like this. Why not just put your gel in here, everybody? So yeah, that's interesting as well. So lastly, want to talk about Maurten, because Maurten are amazing and they have sponsored the competition, the World Ginger Running patron only competition, for ages, and it's really, really kind of them. So I did ask them to send in some product that I could show you, because their gels are a lot different to other gels. So I'm just going to get one open for you. So this is the caffeinated version. Maybe I'll open the caffeinated version. You can have that at some other time. So unlike normal gels, these are more of a jelly type substance, so you could actually put this back in your pack once you've opened it and had a bit. So I'm just going to poke a little bit out for you. So it's sort of, oh yeah, it's like jelly that comes out. So rather than it being a liquid, it's actually a jelly that comes out. It's kind of gross, isn't it? I need to put this somewhere now. What do I do? I'll put it, oh no, it's everywhere. I'll just eat it. Oh no, it's got caffeine in. I'm not going to sleep now. Okay, so it looks like jelly that's kind of almost set. That's how I would describe it. It's not as solid as a cube of jelly before you've made the jelly, but it's like a jelly once it's set. I don't know if he's changed now, but Killian Jornet definitely used to use this gel. So that taste, basically, of kind of nothing, in a good way. It's very easy to get that down. And then you could even fold over the top like that and put it in your pack, because it's a jelly in here and it's not just going to, and my hands don't feel sticky either now as well. So Steve said it's a weird jelly-like taste, but that's good. Yeah, once you know what you're getting, it's fine. It's a bit easier to take it than a pure liquid, and it doesn't get over your fingers. And my fingers aren't too sticky actually now. Yeah. So yeah, that's really cool. The gel from Maurten. So it's just, you've got all these different options. So I just would advise you to try all of them really, and see which one you get on with personally, because everybody's different and you've got to try things in training before you race with them. The golden rule is to never try anything new on race day. So yeah, try them in training, see if you get on with them, seeing if your stomach can handle them. Get used to eating on the move, especially for ultra running, otherwise you're gonna bonk. But yeah, that's the stuff from Maurten. They do a caffeinated one and they do a non-caffeinated one as well, which I should have opened and showed you, but that is the same as well. So these are 40 grams as well. Okay, Nick says, have I missed the shoes? Yes, Nick, rewind, you missed the shoes. Right, I think that's all of the reviews done now. So yes, Torq, Maurten, Precision Fuel, 80 Noir Ultra, that's all of them. Okay, so that's it. If you've got any questions, then just let me know. And if you want to hear more from me whilst I go to sleep, then do consider buying my book. So this is my book, and it contains loads of useful stuff. It's called The Ultimate Trail Running Handbook. There's a link in the film description below. It's got everything from like what to eat, what to wear, the best races around the world, navigation tips, how to stop injury before it even starts, best cross training and stretches for runners, and trail training plans from 5k to 50k. So there's a link in the film description below. So if you like this broadcast, then click like, subscribe to me on YouTube, tell a friend to subscribe to me on YouTube as well. And if you really, really liked it and you really appreciate all the content that I put out, one film per week, then you could even consider sponsoring me on Patreon. So patrons get automatic entry into my monthly competition to win £400 worth of trail running booty. So we've got a silver head torch, we've got Nick Wax goodies, we've got probably some clothing and some socks from somebody. I can't remember quite what's in the competition. Let me just get the document up so I can tell you exactly what's in the competition. So the April competition, if you signed up now, you'd be a chance to win the March competition. So silver cross trail 7XT super bright head torch, a box of Maurten goodies worth £60, Nick Wax base wash worth £55 plus a t-shirt from Paramo, a book called The Runner's Code by Chaz Newkey-Burden, and 4 packs of 1,000-mile light anklet socks with recycled materials in. So that's what's in the competition this month, and you just get automatically entered if you're a patron every single time. So check out the film description below for the affiliate links to all the gear, which I will add probably tomorrow now because my sister-in-law's made dinner. And Nick says you should do a prize to go for a run with me. You would enter. Well, why don't you sign up to me on Patreon, Nick, and maybe I will make that a prize in the future. You never know. So I'm not very fast, by the way. You could just buy my book. So like a little bit of me, buy that first. See how you get on with it. So yeah, if anyone's got any questions, type them in the comments below. If anyone's going to tell me that, but I'll make this into a podcast version tomorrow. I'll put all the links for the gear into the film description and the podcast notes below, so if you want to click on those affiliate links, it just gives me a little kickback at no extra cost to you. So use all my links if you can. That will really help me out. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the trails. Oh, a couple of questions just come in. Kev DH says, built for miles, not speed. Yeah, me too. I can't be bothered with speed anymore. I just want to enjoy myself. Nick says he'll buy the book. Oh, thanks, Nick. Cool. Check out the link in the description below. And Death Metal says, have I done a review on the Coros? Yes, I've got 2 reviews on the Coros. Vicky, my colleague, did one. I'll try and remember to put the link up here, and I'll put it in the film description below tomorrow. If you want to see if I've done anything, Google Coros or whatever you're interested in plus Wild Ginger Running, and it should come up with whatever I've got on that. So Google Coros Wild Ginger Running and it should come up with both of those reviews. I've reviewed the Apex and the Coros too, so they should both be on there. And Andrea Fluffkitten, what a great name, says, I have had the book for a while. Congratulations to you, Andrea. Thank you very much for bringing a little piece of me into your home. Thank you. And if I ever meet you, if you want to come to the Neem Valley Trails, I can sign it for you. Woo. Cool. Okay. Thanks everybody. I'm gonna go now and eat the dinner that my amazing sister-in-law has wonderfully prepared for me while I've been chatting to you guys. Hope you enjoyed the reviews, hope that it's been helpful, and I will see you next week for an amazing interview with Carla Molinero, record holder for Le Jog currently. So I hope to see you there, same time next week, 7 PM on a Wednesday. Check it out. See you soon. Bye.